Hi, this is Stephanie Miller from The Stephanie Miller Show. Please enjoy this exclusive clip from my show on Political Voices Network. You commented, as most people did, on this poll. You tweeted over the weekend, ABC and the Washington Post published the results of a poll that made both operations look like its results were the product of a month-long exercise with a magic 8-ball. I'm not sure why you publish a poll that you admit is an outlier.
Right. I mean, Dan Balz, God bless him, from the Washington Post, right in the lead of the story. This one sounds like an outlier. And by the way, the stat about Trump with a 20-point lead among young people is probably really stupid. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I've always had trouble with news outlets doing their own polling ever since they started doing it.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, and also, we've talked about just the general numbness that you wrote about this weekend's addition to Trump's list of treasonous foes, Mark Milley. Ordinarily, you said we don't jump every time a brush fire breaks out across the desiccated landscape of the former president's brain, if for no other reason than the fact that if that would be all we did here at the Shabine, life is too damn short. But I think it's the numbness and the ho-humness of it. Oh, he just issued a death threat against American general, and we all just shrug.
He wants to clear cut the entire staff of NBC News.
Mm-hmm. Oh my God, yes.
I mean, this is really remarkable. I mean, this is all newsworthy.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, again, I guess we'll see what Judge Chutkan does. I know where is it, Jody? The Georgia jurors have been, are going to be anonymous yeah. Because this is the world we live in. Charlie, they cannot, right. There's no photography. They aren't going to be named because they know that, they're all going to be under death threats, right?
Yeah, they can all call Ruby Freeman and ask her.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what it's like being a public figure these days when you don't want to be. Right. By the way, if you haven't read his lawyer's response to the Jack Smith gag rule request in federal court in Washington, do so immediately. It's freaking hilarious. It's a lot better reading if you have some Lee Greenwood playing in the background. Because it's not a legal filing. It's a transcription of one of his speeches.
Yeah.
It's all about how Biden is behind the whole thing. And it's about an attack on Trump's ability to speak freely as a candidate. And by the way, he's leading in all the polls,
Oh, my God. Yeah, like that has anything to do with...
I realize the guy is on the Q team on lawyers now. But my God, these guys! Wow.
Yeah. By the way, you wrote about Bob Menendez. You said Senator Menendez shared no explanation for the gold bars. He had an explanation for the $480,000 in cash in his house, which the indictment against him said had some fingerprints of his alleged co-defendants on it. He was keeping it safe in case the United States turned into Castro's Cuba. Yeah,
which one of us doesn't have half a mil hanging around in case of emergency?
Sure, right? Yeah, sure. In case something Castro. You
said
I mean,
if the heat goes out, you have to have something to burn, right?
Yeah.
Can I just say, I felt like Nancy Pelosi, as usual, said it best yesterday. Yes, it would be best if he would resign because it is a distraction and it feeds the both sides do it narrative when they have the biggest crook in our history.
By the way, that's as close as Nancy will ever get to bless your heart.
Yeah.
It would be better if he were to resign.
Yeah.
And if he won't, then I may just show up at his house with a carving knife and explain things to him.
Yeah.
No, this is the Democrats in the Senate are being painfully awful about this.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know where Durbin's head is at. I see Sherrod Brown now has come out and said he should resign, which is good.
Yeah, and Fetterman is usually. I mean, this is why I love Fetterman.
Fetterman.
Yeah. But it's just, I mean,
That was a KRP reference that nobody got.
I got it. Oh, good, Jody. Oh.
Thank you, Jody.
But I think that's exactly the point. It's just it feeds the both sides do it narrative, and everybody's equally corrupt. When it's just when we have just honestly the biggest crook we've ever seen in our history, up on 4 different indictments and 91 charges, and it's just this reminds me of the guy.
I mean, this is this guy's second bite at the apple.
I was just gonna say someone wrote a piece on he should stop bragging about the last time because he keeps bringing it up.
Right.
The last time he faced charges. He said, Menendez said, prosecutors get it wrong sometimes. Sadly, I know that. But despite Menendez's implications otherwise, his last federal corruption trial did not end with his vindication. It was declared a mistrial. At that point, they said instead of using his power as a United States Senator to help a friend with his lady troubles in exchange for luxury vacations, Menendez stands accused of wielding his power as Senate Foreign Relations Chairman to do the bidding of the Egyptian government in exchange for literal bars of gold. I mean, it does strike me, this is the exact thing Clarence Thomas and his wife did. Yeah. So, in terms of both sides do it. But
I mean, in an odd way, Menendez has an out because he has to go before the voters, and he can say, well, if they don't want me to represent them, then let them decide. Thomas doesn't have to do that.
Right. Yeah. I mean, it's just all the screaming about the two systems of justice. It's like, right, this is why Clarence Thomas should also resign. But anyway, all right, let's go to, by the way, did you see any of the Cassidy Hutchinson interview?
I just watched it, in fact, about 20 minutes ago.
Yeah.
I didn't watch it last night. I had a football game to watch. But
Sporting the sports, yeah. But what did you think? I mean, it's just...
I mean, thank you. Why didn't you do this, 8 years ago? How long did it take you to realize you were working for a public maniac?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm happy she's out there. She seems like a lovely young lady. I hope she does, has a good career in public service after this. But
I was going to say...
She's going to have a black mark on her resume forever.
Yeah. Well, I know. I mean, that being said, she had more courage than all of these other guys combined. She's only 27 now. So then, and she has no, as they pointed out a lot, she had no money, family money, anything. So it took a lot of courage, I think, to obviously dump her Trump paid for lawyer and tell the truth.
That's the part. That's the thing she did that I find unassailable, is getting rid of this, House counsel or Mouse counsel or House counsel or whatever he was, who's now suing Andrew Weissman now, by the way.
Yes. Oh, by the way, that lawsuit filed by the dumped Cassidy Hutchinson attorney has been assigned to Judge Tanya Chutkin.
Oh, good. Yeah. And this guy, by the way, is suing Andrew Weissman for damaging his reputation and asking for $75,000 worth of damages.
Yeah. Andrew Weissman for just telling the truth.
He has a pretty good idea of what his reputation is worth.
Right. And by the way, Cassidy Hutchinson confirmed, what do you call it? Andrew Weissman and others said and reported is that, he just told her, just say you don't recall, whatever.
Right. You can say you don't. You can say you don't recall about that, and that in itself is illegal.
Yeah, exactly. Charlie, we're late.
Your lawyer is not supposed to tell you to break the law.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I mean, even my degree from Law and Order University.
Oh, hi. I'm here with sexy liberal John Fugelsang wearing my Los Angeles sexy liberal shirt. Oh, my God. We have an LA show coming up October 21st. But how else could you see it, John?
How else could you see it? I'm so glad you asked. For a limited time, you can see the show live via pay-per-view if you go to sexyliberal.com. All the laughs, you'll miss nothing.
I can stream it from all around the world?
All around the world, in your car, while you're driving. Watch it at home.
Sexyliberal.com, yeah.